With the second installment of Dragon Ball Super Fusion World card set to release in the next month, I thought now would be the best time to take a look back at the best of the best. I'm talking the best leaders, of course. And in today's video, we'll be crowning the best leader for each color group in set 1, and also be including a God-ranked deck list for each of the best leaders. So if you're new, or maybe you just want to see what's doing best in each color so far, then this is definitely the video for you. Starting with red, the color with 2 Gokus, commonly referred to as Starter Ku and U7 Goku, as well as Beerus. Now, I want to emphasize that all these leaders in today's videos are good leaders that you can build decks around and have a lot of fun with. However, with the current set 1 meta of this guy, well, it's called for a more aggressive, consistent playstyle for the most successful leaders. With that being said, I'd say Beerus is kinda out of here. Yeah, his ability is amazing, don't get me wrong, but again, for the current set, it just doesn't really help you once your green opponent has ramped up to 7 going on 8 on turn 5, now has it. However, I do think Beerus is gonna have a really nice spot in set 2. Then we've got Starter Ku, who's probably one of the better starter decks out of the bunch, with its ability to boost a card by 5k offensively or defensively. However, the red leader that takes the crown is, yep, you guessed it, Universe 7 Goku. With its ability to boost every single Universe 7 battle card by 5k, it really lends to you pressing your opponents regardless of what type of leader they have, transforming all of your 2-cost 20k battle cards into Broly threats that force green to expend combo cards from their hand. It's definitely the ideal red leader in this current meta. And here's a God rank deck for the Universe 7 Goku leader. You've got your 4 Self-Awakeners to getting to 4 life, so that shouldn't be a problem. And on top of that, you've got a ton of pressure with your Universe 7 battle cards, also the many 10k combo cards at your disposal, but you better use those responsibly. You've also got your 4 searching cards, being the 1-cost extra cards that, if comboed with your Self-Awakening Master Roshi, essentially become free cards for that turn. So not only do you get to draw from your life, but then you can search for a Universe 7 card from the top of your deck to continue building your engine. All in all, this is a pretty sound and strong deck that I am very excited to see in the future upcoming sets, and how it stacks up against future leaders. Moving on to blue, and I think we can all agree, Trunks has had it rough this set. So much lost potential. However, with the card set to release in the next installment, I really think blue, more importantly Trunks, is getting a huge upgrade. Now, a leader that kind of works is Goku Black, but honestly suffers from not having enough in blue's department to really consistently win on the ladder, which actually leaves us with the current best blue leader in my opinion, and that's the starter deck leader, Vegeta. He's got drawing power, and once he's awakened, pretty much forces super combos left and right whenever he swings. That ability is extremely powerful at the cost of having a smaller hand, but the best way to play with such limitations, I think, is to always hold on to important cards and get rid of smaller numbers in your hand. So hold on to your super combos and 10k combo cards, but get rid of your 5k or 0 combo cards, or even extra cards when you can. Don't hold on to those. That way you can always activate Vegeta's ability while also having a good response in your hand. Now for the God-ranked Vegeta deck we've got, where you've got your Super Saiyan Kid duo to help self-awaken, along with Mai and a 3-cost Trunks that also bounces back any 5-cost card to its owner's hand. Now this is really strong going into a green meta and bouncing back their Selku. Along with that, we've also got 2 Zamasus if you noticed. I think these are really good, especially the 1-drop Zamasu with the effect to bottom deck an opponent's 1-cost card, which is great for stopping your opponent's 1-cost Self-Awakeners or even blockers. And then we got the 15k battle power one to apply pressure, because that's what this deck is all about. Beat 'em up and make it quick. Oh, and don't forget the final Hope/Peel-Off engine that essentially recycles itself and can potentially have your Vegeta hit with a 55k swing for only 1 energy cost. Yeah, this deck is totally cracked if you pilot it correctly. Now let's check out my personal favorite color group, yellow. Honestly, all these leaders are good. However, Ginyu has severely fallen since the release of the digital app. Before people started to realize that Broly was just kinda built different, you could essentially cheese your way up the ladder with Ginyu's fast 1-turn KO. But as soon as the army of Brolys hit the ladder, Ginyu kinda fell off since none of its battle cards can do damage to Broly without comboing or using extras. Then we've got Cooler, who's an amazing leader with a fantastic hyper-offensive approach, and honestly would be in the #1 spot if it weren't for the fact that it only becomes a draw leader at 4 life. Which leaves us with Frieza, the best yellow leader and quite honestly the most consistent leader in the whole game right now. With its ability to restand 2 of your battle cards at the end of your turn, you can pivot from offensive pressure to defensive with a simple end of turn. No other leader has that consistent consistent pressure and flexibility in this current set, which is why I main Frieza religiously on the ladder. Heck, that's even why I got the Yellow Masters title. Your boy won 100 ranked matches with Frieza alone. But anyway, here's the God Rank Frieza list you guys have been asking for. We've got our 1-cost draws, our 1-cost Frieza searchers being Zarbon, definitely a must for this deck. For 2 Self-Awakeners, just be mindful that Nyze is a mandatory draw from life, while 2-cost Frieza isn't. Then we've got our Ginyu Core to swarm the board with units. And honestly, I prefer Goldo over Birder because its ability to freeze opponents is way too valuable. Plus, it's the same combo power at the end of the day. Then we've got our 4-cost Cooler and Frieza to really close things out. But that's pretty much it. A very consistent deck for a very consistent leader. Which brings us to everyone's favorite part of the video, where we talk about, yay, green leaders. I'll keep this super short. They're all fantastic, not just because of their own individual abilities, but because green is the only card group that has boss cards like Broly and a ton of ramp potential, which makes it very hard to stop once they get rolling. I mean, all you gotta do is make it to turn 5 with 7 to 8 energy, and green is almost always winning that battle, unless they're going up against another green. Boy, those green mirror matches, talk about sweating. It's really annoying actually, but it is what it is. With that being said, I think the leader that takes the cake here is none other than Broly, with him being a 25k leader. He forces your opponents to waste cards both offensively and defensively, so not only is he strong, has strong cards in his color group, but just by existing, literally wins the game of card advantage. So that's probably why you're seeing a ton of Broly on the ladder. I mean, don't get me wrong, he isn't invincible. It just becomes really hard to beat green once they get to turn 5 and beyond, so close them out fast. Anyway, the God Rank deck for Broly has your staple Searchers and a couple of Self-Awakeners, but the important cards are 3 costs and above. Destructive Strength into either 4-cost Vegeta or 4-cost Son Goku. I personally like Goku here, since it essentially does the same thing as Vegeta, however, adds extra pressure to Broly mirrors. Then we got Selku to get draw with our leader and not lose energy, 5-drop Gohan to counter Yellow's 4-cost Coolers, Perles for even more pressure, cause like why not, double androids, 1 secret rare board reset Gohan, and 4 Brolys, because again, once you reach turn 8, you just win. Also, we got 2 Big Bang attacks to get rid of any 5-cost opposing battle cards, just the cherry on top really. And there you have it, for the best leaders for their color groups currently in set 1, with their God Rank battle decks. But what if you wanted to make your own battle deck? Well, then you might want to subscribe to the channel because I'm working on my top deck building tips for ladder video next. Heck, depending on when you're actually watching this, it might already be up. Check out the channel.